Oh my. Well, what is up, my bitches? Yep, I said it. My fucking bitches. My bitches are basically my subscribers on YouTube. Everyone who hits that subscription model is basically my bitch. Okay? You watch my videos, I make some money. Okay? That's just the way it rolls. Anyways, I'm making this video here about these tactical gloves. I've been getting an assload of freaking questions about, oh man, what are those gloves you wore in that freaking suppressor shooting gun video? Oh my god, those are like rape murder gloves. OJ Simpson specials. Okay? I have my cell phone hooked up to my YouTube account in such a manner that every time someone subscribes to me or leaves a comment, they basically, makes a little noise and it lets me know, hey, somebody's saying some shit. And I'll take a glance at it and see what they said. But here is of late, within the last 2 months, I've been getting quite a lot of questions. And when I mean quite, I mean just it seems like that's the only freaking question everyone's been asking me. So I decided to make some time free in my schedule since I've been really busy here this whole entire year. This is which I haven't made a whole lot of YouTube videos, but that will soon change sooner or later. I decided I gotta go ahead and make this damn glove video to suffice some of you faggots out there. The reason why I decided to start buying some of these tactical gloves and shoot wasn't to look tactical and be cool, because there's a lot of guys on YouTube, they'll buy full tactical gear, plate carriers and shit like that, and they don't even know how to fucking shoot their own damn gun. Okay? Basically, there's a shitload of people that will show you what not to do with a handgun. Okay? Now, I'm kind of guilty. I might still show some pretty dangerous things on my channel, but guess what? Y'all guys are getting trolled the fuck out of. And that's all I got to say about that. This here is the gun that I used in my suppressor video. I've used this suppressor on a whole bunch of different guns by now. Beretta, MP, HK, some other shit. Glock. Y'all haven't seen that yet. But anyways, it's the SWR Octane 45 HD. Okay. Anyways, these suppressors get quite freaking hot. And as you shoot, a whole lot, like four, maybe 3 or 4 mags through the sucker, you get to develop like a little heat mirage in front of your freaking front sight post. You can't see shit, you know. And if you want to take this off and you're in a hurry, get ready to have your skin melt off your hands, because this thing gets fucking hot. And I got tired of putting my gun down and trying to pull a knife or some keys or something else out of my ass to prop it up on whatever surface it was that I was setting it down on, so it wouldn't cause a freaking fire. You know, I've shot this a couple of times before and laid my gun down with a suppressor in some grass, and I just like looked down and I saw like almost like a grass fire about to start. That's how hot these things can get. Okay. So that's the reason why I decided to buy some of these rape gloves, murder OJ Simpson gloves that everyone keeps commenting about. Okay. So basically, we have our 511 tactical or TacLite 2 gloves and these SAW gloves. Okay. Here recently, Walmart started carrying some of these SAW gloves. And the whole reason I even have them is because of customer service issue that I had with 511. Now, you might think, oh, they're fucking gloves. What's the big deal? When you're paying $40 for a pair of gloves, it's gonna be a fucking big deal. Okay. Now, before I get into this whole ordeal, I'm gonna let you know the SAW gloves are about half the price as the 511 gloves. You might can find them for $39. The 511 Tac like 2 gloves, you might can find them for about 39, maybe 40, maybe a little under that. But basically, that's about how much they're going. Maybe $34, what have you. These from Walmart going for $19, I think it is. Okay. Now, here's the thing that kind of gets me. You've got the same quality in the SOG ones, but you have a little bit more comfort and flexibility in the 511s. And when you're shooting suppress, to me, that grip on that handgun is, and that trigger feel. I need to be able to feel the damn trigger, especially on. Everybody knows MP trigger ain't the best, okay, but it certainly ain't the worst. It ain't no, Sigma or whatever the fuck. Okay, here's my issue I have with 511. Okay, so here we go. Basically, I have had, these were the first pair of gloves I bought for that intention of shooting suppressed. Okay, now everything about them feels really good. They're somewhat durable. You're not going to want to go grab big chunks of wood and work with them all day, or you will actually cause a tear. But as for shooting, they're fine. Now, after a while of me shooting my handgun quite a lot with my suppressor, toof, 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 I guess right in this area kind of rubbed against it and made a little hole right there where the stitching meets the thumb and the palm swell. Well, I kind of found that kind of unacceptable because, well, for one, I paid almost $40 with tax, so it was probably like $42 something for these fucking gloves, and I found that to be unfucking acceptable. So I called 511 Tactical up. Of course, I was put on hold for about 30 minutes. I don't know why. But anyways, I finally got a hold of some girl there, and I had explained my situation with these gloves having the big hole and the tear and the threading. And my biggest complaint is the fact that they said, "Oh, okay, well, you're going to have to ship them back. We've got a RMA number ready for you. By the way, you're going to have to pay shipping." Okay? $40 fucking gloves, that's not fucking acceptable to me. Okay? So what I did was, some time period went by and I kept using these. And I was thinking, man, that's some bullshit. Well, sooner or later, I went into Walmart for whatever reason. I hate going to that fucking place now because there's a bunch of Fruit Loops and pedophiles and just weirdos walking through there. But I went down the ammo aisle, where you find your ammo tactical shit that they're actually starting to carry. And look, they got SOG shit. I got to looking, they got some gloves that look just like the 511s I had. I tried to pair on, and what I noticed is these are large gloves, okay? It'll say one pair of large size gloves, okay? Now, the 511 tactical gloves are medium gloves. These are large size, those are mediums. They're the same size, just labeled two different sizes. What I noticed about the SOG gloves is that basically if you get a large size glove and you put on the same large size glove that's another pair, they might be a little inconsistent. So whoever's making these aren't making them identical sizes. Like if you get one large pair and you get another large pair, they're going to feel a little different to you. Okay, I don't know if that's just the material it's made out of or what. Now, the 511 tactical gloves, you buy a medium pair, it's going to be a medium pair. If you get another pair, they're all the same size. Okay? Now, I had picked up a pair of these SOG gloves. And my biggest complaint with the SOG gloves is right off the bat, I go to put these suckers on, let me get the right hand. I go to put these suckers on, slip them on like that, put them down, and guess, look, the Velcro, which doesn't really resemble Velcro because it's really soft right there, but still, it wasn't holding. Like it holds, and I just barely move, and it's the same way on this glove. Okay, and I was like, man, these feel real good. I just can't get them to latch. They felt so good to me that I felt like I needed to go buy some Velcro, but they're $19, and still for that price, I needed to give SOG a call, so that's what I did. I gave SOG a call and said, hey. I bought a pair of gloves, about a week ago, and freaking the Velcro ain't latching on them. And you know what they did? They said, "Don't worry, we'll send you a new pair. What's your address? What's your name? Your email? All that bullshit." They sent me these free of charge. Okay, no RMA number, no me paying for shipments or anything like that. Straight up, sent me a pair of that shit. I get the new pair in. I'm like, okay, let's give her a try. Okay, so I go ahead and put them on just like that. They feel a little tighter than those, but I put it on. By the way, they asked me my size. I told them, and look, that thing fits tight as fuck. I'm talking about tight as a whore at a freaking funeral. You know what I mean? Okay, so I'll put that on right there. I mean, these things, I don't have no problems. Holy shit, those feel really good and tight. Real tight. If that's a concern for you, they're really tight fingertips, all that shit. And these gloves are half the price, $19, $20 to freaking $40. Okay? So you might be asking yourself, well, why you got that new pair there? How'd you get that? Well, let me show you. Those guys making comments about me having O.J. Simpson gloves and rape murder gloves and assassin gloves. Okay? You wonder in those movies why those hitmen have those damn gloves. If they got a suppressor, they're going to need that shit. Okay? I got these pair of 511 tactical gloves because I had went on a forum which I think it was, God, it definitely wasn't ARFCOM because I've been banned from that place for years. I want to say it was like, shit, I forgot the fucking forum name. Anyways, I went on the forum and I had seen that 511 actually had an account on that forum, and they had a whole, their own thread dedicated to their 511 series. So I went in there and said, hey, and I posted pictures of these saw gloves, and I wrote the whole spiel out like I just told you, okay, about, hey, I called 511, they tell me I got to pay shipping, all this other bullshit. I went to Walmart, bought these saw gloves, and this is the way they did my customer service. After the guy heard my story, guess what shows up in the mail? I guess he looked up my account information or whatever. Boom, just randomly came in, and I guess, that's that. Now, these gloves I haven't even tried on yet. I don't know nothing about. But it appears to me that they're definitely thicker than the original pair that I got. Like, they just feel thicker. Like, they're a little bit more thick in this area. Like, and those things are really, I'm talking about that is really freaking good there. So I guess the moral to this whole fucking story is good customer service pays. And, for all you guys that's been asking me about my damn rape murder O.J. Simpson gloves, y'all can finally stop bugging the fuck out of me. You can go to Academy and purchase some of these 511 tactical gloves. Just put them on, make sure they work right, and you won't have no damn problems. Same thing with Walmart. Walk up in there if you want some saw gloves. They're only $19. Go up in there, try them on, see which one fits your hand the best. If you gotta try a 20 pair on, and make sure that freaking Velcro is Velcroed good, because if it ain't, it's gonna be fucked. Okay, and when you find a good pair, they're almost as bad, these saw gloves, with their quality control as far as the Velcro, and the inconsistency in sizes is almost bad as Century Arms Wasser 10s back in 2008. Anyways, that being said, I hope that this video summarizes and completely answers all your questions about these freaking gloves that I've been wearing in these suppressor videos. I don't really know the reason why so many people has been interested in these gloves, just because I guess they're cool looking. But I will say they do have some redeeming qualities, especially if you're if you're gonna start shooting suppress. And on top of that, they also, they'll keep your hands somewhat warm in a semi-cold environment. But if you're thinking these gloves are going to keep you warm when it's freezing cold, they're not. It breathes right through here. They're definitely not good for water. They're not good for working with. They're the best application I can say for these gloves to be used for is shooting your firearm, and that's about it. Okay, if you think you're going to pick up something that's got some wood splinters on it or something like that, now they'd be good riding your motorcycle, but that'd be about it. But again, I just hope y'all's interest in these gloves finally, y'all ain't worried about these gloves too much, because now you know. I'll see you bitches later.